Good morning, everyone. My name is Matt Tranchen, and I serve as the chairman of the Island Resilience Partnership. This is our 9th annual Island Resilience Summit here at EarthX. And I think that speaks to the commitment and the vision of Trammell S. Crow and EarthX of bringing people together, and not just anyone together, but leaders from the front lines of countries across the globe and connecting them to investors, innovators, foundations, because this is the place where partnerships happen. Now, I would like to begin by recognizing, of course, the dignitaries that have joined us here today. First, I'd like to recognize the Honorable Prime Minister, Lord Fatufehi Faka-Funua. Prime Minister, where are you there you are in the back, the Prime Minister. I'd also like to recognize His Excellency Ambassador Tone from the Kingdom of Tonga. Her Excellency Ambassador Lara Daniel from Nauru. Her Excellency Ambassador Jane Watara from the Solomon Islands. And of course, last but not least, Ambassador Falefu from Tuvalu. Thank you, sir. Now, today we're going to hear directly from these leaders on the front lines. We're going to hear about their challenges, and we'll hear about the opportunities. But this is not just going to be a conversation about what's going wrong and the state of the climate crisis and the challenges that these communities on the front lines are facing and continue to face. We're also going to talk about solutions, scalable solutions, opportunities that take nature as an asset and flip the script. Because small island developing states are also large ocean states, and they are one of the biggest drivers of the new nature-based economy. There's a quote from Hemingway that says, in Farewell to Arms, "The world breaks everyone, and sometimes those places are strong at the broken places." I think what we'll talk about today is how these resilient communities, in the face of natural disasters, are actually rebuilding stronger than they were before. And I think that's also the opportunity that we all have. The world is changing. We're living in an increasingly fractured world, but with innovation and technology, and yes, impact-focused partners, I think we have an opportunity beginning here today to connect those dots and build those scalable partnerships. So with that, please join me in welcoming our keynote from our chairman of the Island Resilience Summit 2026, the Honorable Prime Minister, Lord Fatufehi Faka-Funua. Prime Minister.
Just want to say malolele and good morning to everyone. It's definitely a privilege for me and a real honor to be co-chair of the Island Resilience Summit. This is my third time, not consecutively, but third time to attend EarthX here. And from the onset, I want to acknowledge the organizers and Trammell for bringing us all together in such a pivotal time in history. It's so easy to talk about all the issues that we're facing, but it's nothing new really, because every age has its challenges. And today it just seems a lot more insurmountable, but it's not impossible, because the challenges today seem to transmit a lot quicker, and that's due to the time and place that we're in. Through globalization, we're all interconnected. As a small island developing state in the middle of the Pacific, and like many of my neighboring countries, we are no longer isolated. We're no longer in a large ocean state. We're very much connected to what's happening in the rest of the planet. And similarly, we're challenged by global forces that are not of our creation, that are not of our fault, The changes that are happening to our climate have a material impact for many of our people who are in the front lines. Sea level rising, acidification of the ocean, coral bleaching, more intense and more frequent tropical cyclones and natural disasters only exacerbates our vulnerability and isolation. Our smallness, our narrow economic base means that we are highly vulnerable and do not have the infrastructure and the foundations to weather the storm, so to speak. And so as I'm here in Dallas, we are facing a fuel crisis in the Pacific. Prior to coming here, I met with my forum co-chairs called the Troika. We represent the Pacific Island leaders, where we recently deliberated on the fuel crisis and how we can approach collectively as a unit to face the rising cost of fuel that's having an impact on inflation, on the cost of living, and energy security. The challenges are many, but the reason why I'm here in Dallas at EarthX is because there is an opportunity. EarthX is the place where innovators, family offices, governments, legislators, and people who care about the future of our planet meet, not only to learn from each other and to learn about the new solutions, about the innovations that are happening around the world, led by scientists and private sector here in America, but we can also look at opportunities for scalable solutions, whether they're through technological advancements, artificial intelligence, even quantum computing and science. These solutions can be found here, and that's why I'm drawn to EarthX. And Island Resilience Summit is an opportunity for us to bring all of that together so that we can take scalable solutions and partnerships and forged alliances that can help us with the storm, so to speak. Our remoteness can be leveraged for scalable solutions so that companies can have the confidence to use islands as test beds. Tonga is a population of 100,000 people, and we have a willing government, we have low regulatory frameworks, and we're open to doing business. We're also open to many solutions that are available to deal with a lot of our economic constraints. Since taking leadership in Tonga after our elections in November last year, it's only been 4 months since I was appointed Prime Minister. And a lot of the issues that we're facing in Tonga, particularly, are not only Tonga's issues. They're very common amongst the Pacific. We have social issues from transnational crime, illicit drugs that transfer from North America, South America, from Asia, through the Pacific Ocean to Australia and New Zealand, who are the largest markets. And to give you an idea, don't quote me on the numbers, but if you were to purchase a kilo of cocaine, for instance, in South America, and cross the border into America, you might times 3, times 5 your investment. But if you bring it across the Pacific into Australia and New Zealand, where the largest, most lucrative market for illicit drugs is, your same investment will be about 130,000. That is why illicit drugs is causing a lot of social problems in the islands for our future people. And I'm very happy to say that a potential solution for maritime domain awareness was found yesterday through one of our conversations with the innovators here on the area of quantum research, using maritime sea cables that we have across the Pacific. The quantum mechanics can figure out what's around the cable, giving us awareness of not just illicit drugs and transnational crime happening in our oceans, but also fisheries and illegal fishing. These are the kind of solutions that I'm happy to get when I come to Dallas. And through the family offices, there are opportunities for investment, not just on green ecotourism, but also in support of our ambition to protect our oceans, to conserve the pristine life and biodiversity that we enjoy in the islands. When you think about the Pacific, you think about different shades of green and blue, and it's exactly what you think about. And this is under threat. As I speak, our corals are suffering from coral bleaching, and I hope to gather some of the scientists who are here to think about solutions for replanting the coral, for diagnosing why the coral is bleaching, and for creating a more resilient ecosystem for our fish and our local artisanal fishing. These are some of the practical solutions that I will take home. And this is why, as leaders, the Pacific is gathered here. And I'm very grateful that, along with my delegation, there are ambassadors from the Pacific, from New York, representing our neighboring countries, as these are common interests and common challenges that we share. On that note, I don't want to ramble on about what Tonga is doing specifically. I want to encourage open dialogue. I want to encourage conversations around scaling solutions and ensuring that we are achieving the ambition of reversing the devastation that is happening to our environment for the protection of our planet for future generations to come. Just want to thank everyone for attending EarthX. And on behalf of Matt and Trammell, just have to say that I'm very happy to be here, to take the time to make these meaningful connections on behalf of my government and the people of Tonga. It's an honor to be here, and it's a real privilege to be, and it's very exciting to be part of the solution moving forward. So even though there's a lot of doom and gloom to talk about, very happy that there are people here willing to move past that and bring solutions to the table. So I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity, Matt. Thank you for inviting me to speak this morning. And I hope to have the opportunity to meet with all of you as the day goes along. Thank you. Malo pito.